it is my impression that Yumeko from Kakegurui is one of the smartest anime characters in history.
You're watching Anime Sundays.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Anime Sundays, the show where we talk about anime on Sundays, and I am your host, Jared Ross. As I said in the beginning, I just caught up on Kakegurui, a great 2-season show, a lot of excitement, a lot of good storytelling, a lot of good plot. But I think what excites me the most about this show is the just super over complex games that are being played in this series. From, regular poker to, games where girls' nails are getting ripped off to games that the people have made themselves, dealing with actual physical buildings and singing and literally any type of game you could think of where you're gambling. Kakegurui not only pulls it out, but makes it almost to an impossible level to win. We all know the underlying tone of the show is that, if you can't gamble, if you're broke, you're going to be trash in this series. You're not going to make it very far. And who do we have coming in as the new light of this series? We have nobody else other than the great Yumeko Jabami. From what I've seen, we haven't seen too much on Yumeko's crazy backstory yet, why she's so good at games, why she's so good at gambling, why she loves it so much. But all we know is, no matter what is being thrown at her way, she has not only outsmarted, but literally overplayed anybody in that school. You would have thought she made the games that the other people made up for her to stop her. I'm making this video because I believe Yumeko is not talked about enough in the realm of conversation of some of the top most intelligent, especially strategy intelligent anime characters ever. With that being said, I just kind of wanted to dive into 3 different other characters who I think Yumeko would have either been better at in their own situation than they are, or been able to outsmart those characters herself if given the chance, the same abilities, and the knowledge that they had. Starting off, I already want to say that I believe that Yumeko is smarter than Shikamaru. I'm sorry. Yes, we know Shikamaru was one of the great strategists of the Leaf, right? We've seen how he took down Hidan. We've seen how he was holding down the war. We've seen all the great attributes of Shikamaru throughout the series. And even now, as Hokage, still trying to keep it together, still trying to make sure everyone's safe and not outsmarted. But Shikamaru, I feel like limits are kind of bold in his face. Yes, I mean, nobody in his ninja world may be doing some of the crazy strategies or has this much of a complex mindset like some of these children have in Kakegurui. But to say that Yumeko couldn't take down Hidan, incorrect. Not only would I think she'd take down Hidan, I think she'd try to risk herself by actually getting caught in one of his traps just to make the gamble more exciting. That's let me say, well, that's easy. Like Hidan, all you gotta do is figure out his jutsu and you're good. Well, if Shikamaru was the only one that could stop him for real, his ability must be that complicated that no everyday regular ninja could do it. I do think that Yumeko could definitely outsmart Shikamaru, whether it's a game of just a ninja battle, whether it's a shogi game. Yumeko has never proven to fault when it comes to strategy ever. It's like her brain is always running on 1,000,000 miles per hour and is always 30 steps ahead. Moving on next, another character that I think Yumeko could probably outsmart is Lelouch v. Britannia. Now, we always have this conversation that Lelouch is one of the top strategists and intelligence characters, because he really did revitalize Japan, overthrow a whole nation, uplift a oppressed community, made himself look like a hero, and had his friends look like martyrs. We know that when it comes to war strategy and with Lelouch's ability of the Gyas, he has been able to really go above and beyond and damn near crumble the whole Britannia Empire system that he had been, trying to, finesse his way back into because it's his family birthright. But who was really the opposing force to Lelouch? His father wasn't really that much smarter than him. His father just kind of had the experience to know what was going on and how to Gyas himself. When it came to any of the other members of the Black Knights, or even, oh boy, his rivals, Sugazaku, I think, nobody was really giving Lelouch the serious chess game mentality battle that it would make it so hard for him to complete his goal. His main thing was just trying to keep the people he wanted protected while maintaining his goal and his secret identity. If you put Yumeko in that same situation with a Gyas, I promise you, Lelouch is going to be the one massacring people instead of old girl who was the empress that he accidentally made kill all those people. Now you've been like, what is your basis of this, bro? Why is Yumeko in your mind So smart. Well, after I've seen that Yumeko is doing things like memorizing every card in the deck, memorizing all the possible outcomes of different plays and games that aren't even real, games that these students are making up themselves so that they can have the advantage, right? Yumeko is constantly winning in games where people are cheating. And she knows they're cheating and wants them to cheat because that's why she thinks the gamble is fun. If it's as much unfair as possible towards her, that's where she gets her thrill. That's where she gets her ability to rise up and just go crazy. And if you give her a Gias, stop it. Everybody in that Black Knight's army is going to be kings of nations by the time she's done. And then at number 3, a character who I think Yumeko would do better in her situation is L from Death Note. If Yumeko was on the Light Kira case, that boy is hacked up quickly. I don't care if she doesn't know what the Death Note can do at first. It's the fact that her imagination already is always seeking to things that are impossible. We know in certain games where she's jumping out the tower, that's shifting around while fighting the president. She's just risking her life because she thinks that, you know, why not? Anything that I could possibly think of might be a possibility. And anything that I can't think of is probably a possibility too. So to think that she might not think a Death Note is causing all these deaths and it's one person behind it is preposterous. She'll definitely get to that case. And we know even L, after a while, figured out what was really going on and that there was just one big mastermind behind what was going on. And it was a supernatural ability at work here. It's the same thing for Yumeko. Her imagination is well beyond those, I think, in Death Note series. If she was on Light Yagami's case, uncovering it herself and risking her life with the Shinigami eyes and everything just for more insight and just for more information, that boy is done. Because all she loves to do is be surprised. And even if the roles were reversed, if L's chasing after Yumeko, if Yumeko has the Death Note, pack it up. Pack it up. The way her brain is just trained to be at 100% acuteness for everything, she's getting that boy's name within a week. So yeah, y'all, those are my 3 super intelligent characters who I think Yumeko would do better than or outsmart in their own situation. Yes, I know there's other great super smart characters, Senku, Aizen, so on and so forth. But I just kind of wanted to focus on those characters because I felt like they were very much strategy-based characters. Not to say that Aizen isn't, but I do think that if Yumeko was put in their situation with their abilities and their circumstances, she's going to walk out of those problems laughing and just happy to get on to the next game. And with that, we'll see y'all next Sunday.